Our journey with the Lord began 10 years ago when our oldest son was healed from an untreatable disease. God performed a miracle in our family's life, and we were so excited about it that we wanted to tell everyone about how God had physically healed our son and spiritually healed our family. We still remember when God called us to be missionaries. We were at an outdoor tent revival at North Greenville University. After the revival, we started praying to the Lord and asking Him to lead us and to show us the path of the calling that He had called us to. For 9 years we prayed and we did not receive an answer. Then in May 2010, God revealed to us that He wanted us to serve Him in Alaska. Alaska, that just really surprised us. Over the years, we had prepared our hearts to serve God in many different places, but for some reason we had just never considered an Arctic environment, and at first it was difficult to accept. We also did not know it yet, but God was preparing us to use the skills that I had received as an Air Force C-130 pilot to serve Him in Alaska. I had always assumed that God had just given me the desires of my boyhood heart and allowed me to fly airplanes. I had never considered that through the entire experience, He was training me to serve Him at Mark. After God spoke to me in May 2010, He started to open up doors that led us to Missionary Aviation Repair Center, Mark, in Soldotna, Alaska. Our first journey to Alaska began with an Air Force trip in September 2010. On the way to Alaska in the C-130, we actually had to shut down one of our engines over Edmonton, Canada, and this led to us being stranded in Anchorage, Alaska for the weekend. It was during this weekend and the time that I spent with the Lord that God revealed to me that we would serve Him as missionaries at Missionary Aviation Repair Center, Mark. In March 2010, God actually allowed our entire family to travel to Alaska and to serve Him at Mark, and it was during this time that we learned a lot more about the people that we would serve and the environment that we would serve in.
Life in Village, Alaska is a lot different than life here in the lower 48. You might even consider life in some villages to be that of a third world nation. Drug abuse and alcoholism have really degraded their native culture. In Village, Alaska, 3 out of every 4 women will be physically assaulted, and 1 out of every 3 women will be raped. Child sexual assault is 6 times the national average, and infant mortality is more than twice the national average. Babies with fetal alcohol syndrome are some of the highest in the nation. And lastly, and most devastating and near and dear to our hearts, is that suicide is 4 times the national average. Teenagers consider suicide as the honorable way out of a life of deep-rooted alcoholism and drug abuse. If nothing different is done, many more people will be lost. The native culture will be gone forever. Getting the gospel of Christ to these villages presents a unique challenge though. Alaska has 39 mountain ranges and over 12,000 rivers. Because of the rugged terrain in Alaska, the road system is very underdeveloped, which leaves 200 of Alaska's 230 towns and villages located off the road system. To get in and out of these villages, you must fly. Initially, the Ministry of Mark was to provide quality maintenance to ensure aircraft used by Alaska's missionaries were safe and reliable. Today, the Ministry of Mark has expanded into a flying ministry, providing safe, efficient, and economic transportation. Mark partners with Alaskan missionaries and pastors serving Village, Alaska to bring Alaskan natives to Bible camps and discipleship events.
Pastors and missionaries in village churches are fighting an uphill battle to share Christ in meaningful ways to an increasingly hard-to-reach population. Mark has provided a lifeline of hope to these villages, strengthened the ministry of Christians, and expanded the reach of the gospel across the Alaskan frontier since 1964. Today, Mark has a fleet of airplanes that fly throughout western Alaska and even across the Bering Sea into eastern Russia. We provide affordable transportation services, training, and quality airplane maintenance for mission organizations through our own internal staff of missionary families who raise their own financial support to serve with Mark. We are privileged to serve here. We're asking you to partner with us in 3 ways. First, we need committed prayer partners that will enter into prayer relationships with us. And what we mean by prayer relationships is that we want to know how to pray for you, and we need for you to take our family and our ministry to the throne of God. We are also asking for you to partner with us financially. We will not be supported by a mission board when we serve at Mark. We will be supported by brothers and sisters in Christ that believe in the work that God is doing in Alaska and will partner with us financially. Third, we're asking for your support in ministry. We'd like for you to start praying now about how you might come to Alaska on mission teams in future years and minister to the people of Alaska, and to start to build relationships and to get to know people that through the years you can mentor and you can help them grow through discipleship. We want to go ahead and thank you in advance for your support, and also thank you for your desire to see the gospel of Jesus Christ spread to the outermost parts of the earth.